Hey y'all, it's your host Tori Kruse. Welcome to Talk Y'all to Me, your red carpet insider, your friend behind the mic, and the girl behind the scenes connecting fans, artists, and stories that matter. Most of all, a lover of real, honest conversations. Here on Talk Y'all to Me, we pull back the curtain with country artists, industry insiders, faith-forward creators, and everyday leaders, talking about what it really takes to show up, lead with heart, and stay true to you. So whether you're figuring it out, think you've already got it figured out, or if you're just here to learn from the best and keep a pulse on the country scene, this is your spot. So lean in, turn it up, and let's talk, y'all. Hey y'all, it's Tori Kruse here with Bree Bagwell, and we are at the Texas Country Regional Radio Awards. I am so excited to sit down and chat with you about all the things. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing great. It's been, it's a long day. We did sound check. I had to walk my dog. They let my dog come to sound check today, though. She's more famous than me. She's like a little chihuahua, and she goes everywhere with me. So we sound checked with the dog, and then the whole band has to take a break and pet my dog. It's a whole thing.
That's hilarious. Okay, so you're performing tonight. What song are you performing?
I'm singing a duet with Scotty Alexander, and we're debuting our new duet tonight. So that's a big deal.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's going to be fun. Tell us about this new duet.
I think Scotty Alexander is one of the best musicians in Texas. He's incredible, and he wrote a duet, and he said, I think I wrote a good duet for us, and I heard it, and I said, I'll be over tomorrow. So we recorded it, and now it's coming out.
Where did your start in music come from?
I grew up in New Mexico, and I have two older brothers, and they are 7 years older than me. They're twins. So they started a band when they were 21 in college, and I was 14 years old singing at the honky tonks, and I just really kind of never looked back. It's crazy.
Wow, so you have a musical family.
Yeah. Really musical family, very supportive family, which has been really nice. And then I moved to Texas because I loved people like Corey Morrow and Jason Boland and Randy and Wade, and I just wanted to pursue music, and graduated from college. I had a day job for 3 months before I found my first booking agent found me, and rest is history.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's the Lord's blessings all over your life right there.
Absolutely. And even more than that, I was in East Texas playing, and Miranda Lambert's parents and best friend were there, and they helped start my career as well. So they helped me move to the next level. So I owe them a lot. But, I agree. Lord's blessings, right time, right place, all of that.
It is.
I've been really, really, really blessed.
That's incredible. All right. So how many years have you been playing?
15.
15.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wild. And this is I used to host this award. I hosted this award show, I want to say in 2015 or something. So I've been hosting or performing at this award show for over a decade.
Wow. How would you describe this award show?
It's super fun because it's like we all try to dress up and be formal, but we really aren't those people. So, for example, I just saw a band over there, and I'm like, you guys look so nice. And they're like, we have a bottle of whiskey in our boots. You want one? It's still just silly and really down-to-earth people that are kind. And even though everyone's all dressed up, it's really rare to meet anybody that's just completely awesome.
Yeah.
And down-to-earth and nice and kind. Or else we kick them out.
Or they don't belong here in
They don't
Texas
belong
country.
here. That's right. Get out.
Yes.
Come on.
So what can fans expect from you coming up?
Ooh, well, I'm on the road a lot. I'm going to 15 different states this year. So, Arizona, and then all through the Midwest, and we're doing the Texas Country Music Cruise out of Galveston. I'm in the process of re-recording a lot of my early catalog that is owned by Sony, so I'm going to re-release a bunch of my early catalogs so I can own my own music again.
Yes, love that.
I love that. And then the duet with Scotty, and then we're just hitting the road really, really hard. This weekend I'm headed up to Tulsa and Granbury, so always on the road.
What are you looking forward to most about being on the road?
I guess new places. There's a bunch of new places in Arizona that I can't even remember the names of the cities that I'm going to, but I love Arizona, and so the fact that I can get back there and travel and just see new places.
I'm sitting next to Aaron Loy. Aaron, you're performing tonight. We're excited to hear you.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, right over there.
Right over there,
Yeah.
right behind the cameras.
Right there.
What song are you performing?
It's my current radio single, Texas Strong. Going to sing that one acoustic and see how that goes. Yeah.
All right, give us the meaning behind this Texas Strong song.
Well, it's like an anthem song for Texas. So I actually wrote it back when we had all the floods back in the Hill Country around on July 4th. And I just wrote this song, and in the rain and the wind, we may bend, but together we'll never break. It's just kind of a pull together song for Texas, and wrote in a couple hours, which was nice because they don't always write themselves that quickly. But went and recorded and released it, and so that's number 5 on the Texas chart.
I'm excited to hear you perform
Thank you.
song tonight. It seems very heartfelt. Are all of your songs really stemmed from experiences?
They do, and I kind of write in that lane of heartfelt songs, songs that make you cry, or I love those. But yeah, I have other songs too. But I do. That is kind of like my lane. I usually fall into. I try to get out of that lane and write, fun, upbeat, beer drinking songs, whiskey songs.
But you really like the emotion songs, the one that really like pulls at the heartstrings.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and people out there that watch social media and they just eat that up because it. You're sitting at home. It's one thing to go out and have a bunch of songs that you want to jam out to as a audience, but when you're at home and you're with your family, and the heart kind of tends to go want to see those and hear those kind of songs, and whether it's a dad song or something about your daughter, which I have one of those that's kind of blowing up right now.
Yeah.
But
now, do you have a daughter?
I have 2 daughters.
Okay.
9 and 13. So starting to get into the not trouble stage, but the hold your breath stage.
Yes, yeah. That's a good way of putting it.
So far, they're doing really good,
Yeah.
So,
how does what do your daughters think of you singing music?
Oh, they love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they actually want to they kind of want to follow in my footsteps, and I'm teaching them guitar right now, and which is great because they're a lot younger than when I learned. Yeah, I learned when I was 18. But yeah, they when I go with my shows, they get up there on stage and look out, and they're like, "Wow!" I was like, "Sing,"
Do they ever wonder how you do it?
Yeah, they do. And I just say, every show, you learn, and you have a show of 20 people that don't know you from Adam in a restaurant that didn't come there to see you, and you got to learn how. Sometimes those are the hardest,
Yeah.
But then you have, the Rodeo Coliseum. There's 4,000 down there in the stockyards I sing at, and they're just like, "You not get nervous?" I'm like, "I used to."
Yeah, right.
I get a little bit, but you get used to, singing in front of that many people, and it's not. You just realize everybody's just common listener,
It's so true, and I feel like that's a true testament to just life. It's like you just take one step at a time. It starts small, and then it keeps getting bigger.
It does.
Yeah.
And you just, had to get used to using in-ears and band and all that stuff, and now it's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Now you're ready.
Done that before, and so yeah.
It's not your first rodeo.
No, it's not.
How many years have you been doing this?
I have been singing and performing for like 20 years.
Wow.
My dad passed away 4 years ago, and that event kick-started my songwriting, which turned me to start singing those songs out, and then having shows, and then having songs on the radio. So
yeah,
here I am, and I'm just enjoying my life, and we're letting people hear all this music that I'm writing.
I love it. What do you think your father would say today if he was sitting right next to you before you got to perform tonight?
No, that's my boy. That's her. He was always a big supporter of. He was a great dad. Not everybody can say that. I've learned, and because I have a lot of songs about my dad, and and usually I see a lot of old men like tearing up in the audience, but he was at every football practice, every track meet, and I'm talking about practice too, and the games. But when I started doing music, he was right there with me too, and so I know he's a part of this.
Hey y'all, quick pause for something important. If you're connecting with this conversation, you will love my new book, Unexpected. It's filled with the stories, lessons, and mindset shifts that helped me grow through some of the toughest and, quite frankly, most unexpected seasons of my life. My hope is that it inspires you to keep going even when the path doesn't look the way you imagined. You can get your copy now at torikruse.com. Now, let's jump back into the episode. I am here with Billy Joe Jones. I am so excited to see you, number one.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see you.
And you're also performing tonight here at the Texas Regional Radio Awards.
I'm so
and
excited.
she's also nominated for not one, but 2 awards. So tell us about those awards.
I am up for Female Vocalist of the Year, and I'm also up for the Brandon Jenkins Songwriter of the Year award. So I am completely honored. Just so excited to just really be here. I didn't get to be here last year because I was off filming that TV show called The Road. I was on tour with Keith Urban, so I couldn't be here last year, but I'm so excited and so thankful to be here.
What has been happening since I last saw you?
I just released another song to radio last Friday. It's called Reasons to Call. That's actually the song I'm singing tonight on the award show. So I'm so excited for it. I've got lots and lots of shows coming up. So many things with my full band. We got a couple of other shows that are going to be really cool. I'm also singing the national anthem at not 1, not 2, but 6 Ranger games this year. So we're like right next door to that, which is I feel like it's home to me because I absolutely love baseball. So yeah, just so much going on.
Just all things Texas.
All
too.
things Texas.
What is the heartbeat behind your music?
I'd probably just say, honestly, this is how I make a living. This is what I do. This is how I make a living for me and my kids. So I'm just out there grinding and working hard and trying to book as many shows and make as much money as I possibly can.
I love it. Hey, man, mic drop. Are we done?
We're done.
Yeah, we're done. That's it. So what kind of new music, you said you're singing a song tonight here. You're
Yes.
performing at the Texas Regional Radio Awards. What is that song? And tell us the meaning behind it.
So I'm singing Reasons to Call. This is one that's on my album that I did not write, but Lynn Snow and Aaron Weatherholt wrote this song. And this song pretty much just talk about, like, if you ever loved someone or just really, really liked someone and they didn't like you back, so they didn't have those mutual feelings, and you're just sitting there at home and you're looking at your phone and you're like, should I text them? Should I not text them? Well, I'm just going to tell them about the weather. I just want to tell them about the weather and see how they're doing, just kind of make up an excuse to text them. So really, you're just looking for any reason on earth to give them a call. That's pretty much what this song is about. So
Where does this storytelling come from? Like, where did you get the idea from this song? Was it real life experience?
Well, so I didn't write this one, but Lynn and Aaron wrote it, and I'm pretty much sure they just made it up, honestly, knowing them. A lot of my stuff that I write, though, is true story, real life. I've lived it, or I knew someone close to me that lived it, so.
Yeah, and you have such a sentimental story, too, with your grandparents.
Yes,
and
you're here tonight.
They're here tonight?
They're here.
Can
I'm so
I meet
excited.
them?
You have to meet them.
I saw them on the road, and I was like, oh my gosh,
they're
it's
precious.
so precious.
They're so precious.
They're just so supportive. What does it mean to you to have them here with you tonight?
It means the world. They are, for people who don't know my story, my grandparents raised me since I was 1, and they're 91 and 87 years old. They still go with me to all of my shows, so I'm just so thankful and so blessed to have their support. They knew since I was 4 and 5 years old singing Shania Twain and the Dixie Chicks in the living room that I was going to be on a big stage somewhere singing country music, so I'm glad they're here with me.
Is there something that your grandparents say to you before you perform?
My grandma one time on national television said, don't mess it up in front of everyone. So everyone thought that was cute. But they just tell me to go out there and be the best version of myself that I can be. And that's what I try to live for every day.
Well, you're doing it, girl. It's so great to see you.
So
Congratulations
good to see you.
on your nominations.
Thank you so much.
I can't wait to watch you perform. You're looking gorgeous.
Thank you.
You have an amazing night.
Thanks, you too.
Hey y'all, it's Tori Kruse on Talk Y'all to Me, and I'm sitting here with Bubba Wesley. Man, you are looking dapper this evening. I love it.
Thank you. I do my best to try to stick out enough for people to go, oh, there's Bubba again.
Hey, you come in loud and proud, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's awesome. What songs do you have coming up the pipeline, or maybe just released that you can share with people?
We just released So Good For Me, which is at number 7 this week. It hasn't even been out for 10 weeks, and it's climbed into the top 10, and it's just been absolutely amazing. This is my fastest rising single in Texas music. We're coming off of Sweet, which has been our most successful commercial hit, so it got over 280,000 spins, something like that, so it's still growing like crazy. And then we released this song right after it, and this week, Friday, we got a song dropping with it's a tribute that we did to Augie Myers and Texas Tornadoes. And I cut it with a Grammy Award-winning Tejano band, which is completely outside of my realm, but the Los Tex Maniacs have won countless Grammys and massive awards for Tejano music. And Josh Baca is a buddy of mine, their accordion player. Him and I got to talking and was like, hey, let's do some Freddie Fender stuff. And I was like, dude, let's do a Texas Tornado song. And we ended up cutting a Texas Tornado song. We were trying to get Augie on it. Unfortunately, he went to see our good Lord and Savior before we could get him in studio for it. And but we decided to go ahead and release it, and so it comes out this Friday. That one's called Dinero, which is all in English, by the way. It's just the name of the song is just catchy, and it's old Texas Tornadoes tune. You know, I'm absolutely honored that we got the okay to cut this, and you know, hopefully pay tribute to Augie and all those guys that have just paved the road for artists like me.
Wow, would you say Augie's one of your favorite artists?
So I'm a huge fan of that style. Yeah. So Texas Tornadoes growing up in my household was just like one of those like at the top level type artists, you know. So my grandpa was a Tejano musician, and you know, to hear that stylistically done in English and how crossover that is for so many artists, especially artists like me, I'm just, you know, honored to be able to cut it.
Describe that heartbeat of Tejano music.
So the heartbeat of Tejano music is just, it's really funny because I was able to really dig deep in that because I was involved and around it with my grandpa. And so, you know, you really want to go in the technicality about it. All Tejano music really is just German music sung in Spanish. Mm-hmm. So that norteño stuff that comes from north side of Mexico to Tejano music is just a blend. It's like a big old mash of, you know, German polkas with, you know, traditional Spanish lyrics. And this song is just a whole bunch of white guys. You know, I mean, just being honest, they're just going to spit the truth to y'all here, you know. So there's a whole bunch of white guys with a few Mexican guys. You got Freddie Fender, you got Doug Sam, and Augie Myers and Flaco Jimenez, and them all three together. You know, Augie had this crew, Sir Douglas, and them that were writing these really crossover type songs and lyrics in the 70s and 60s, and it just transposed once Texas Tornadoes kind of formed, and they were the first ones really kind of developed that, you know, South Texas style. That's just kind of how she say it, you know. And at that time in the 60s, the Tejano scene was coming up with guys like Ramon Ayala, and, you know, and so to kind of know the history of that and kind of see where it's formed and where it's going, and I'm able to cut a song like this and transpose it in my career. Yeah. So to kind of pay tribute to, you know, Augie and the Texas Tornadoes, and my grandpa too, man. My grandpa would have loved this one if he was still here with us today. So, you know, honored to do it. I love the style. Something completely different outside of my box personally, because if you listen to my stuff and then you hear this, you're like, wow, that's completely at night and day. But I think that's just what matters. You know, it transposes to a crowd, transposes over to different kind of fans. And so, you know, we hope to see a lot of people come on, jump on board after listening to it.
Thanks for tuning in to Talk Y'all to Me. If this episode encouraged you or reminded you of your calling, share it with someone who needs that same reminder today. Hit the follow button to subscribe so you don't miss what's next, and come hang out with me on social at official Tori Kruse. Keep shining, stay faithful, and keep talking, y'all.